All
Wait,
right.
going what? Canonical?
People
Fuck.
can hear us now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey everyone. So basically,
Hi.
I'm doing homework right now, but we're just chatting while I do homework, so we're not going to be playing Minecraft. So we're just going to do a podcast, Coscast.
The
Wait. You
Coscast. You
can't
know
be
what?
just
Let's call it
chatting.
that.
You're not wearing a
Coscast.
bikini.
Ah, shit, it's not a hot tub stream. You're right. Hold on, hold on,
Quick, get
hold
a
on.
hot tub.
Hold
That,
on.
that's what that,
Quick,
that's what the just
Dan, get
chatting
naked.
tab is for, after all.
Somebody quote that right now.
Yeah, I'm getting a bikini.
Hold on. I need to get
Xander, get
I need
naked.
a transparent PNG of a hot tub.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah, there
god.
we go.
Hold on. Is this real?
Oh dear god.
God damn, I don't
I swear to God. I'm gonna
uh
mess that up right now.
I don't know. Is
Okay.
this real? That is real.
Are you real?
Ask for it. Just keep
Yep.
punching in the holes. I'll just fill them all up.
Okay.
That's
I
you know what?
just wanna fill
Look at
these
your
two.
stream,
Yeah.
and you know what your figure needs?
You red
You need the
bastard.
antenna.
No,
You don't
no,
have them on your figure
it's
right
all
now.
good. Hey Kyle,
I
what do you
just
think of
realized
this?
that.
It looks good.
Well, I mean, yeah.
There's one more hill laid out, or one more incline, not hill.
I
Sorry.
really want to like make custom like antenna for my model, but I don't have the skills to do that, and I really just don't
I say
want
you
to.
commission somebody to
That's the
make
thing.
some of this
I
stuff.
really don't want to pay someone right now. Like
Dude.
I don't have the money for it.
Well, well,
Wait, what did you want?
you want someone to make a 3D, not a 3D, 2D VTuber
Yeah,
stream
we're
for
at
you,
the hot tub
like a
now.
proper one.
Oh
Guys,
yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm getting a call.
Okay,
Alright, I'm gonna.
guys, look, we're in a hot tub stream now. It really is just chatting.
Ah, you got it.
God.
Anyway, uh, so
Oh, I forgot.
then
Yeah,
you just want to straight up go into talking about Spirit Fair, or
Yeah. Okay. Let's address this because I have gotten some requests from certain individuals.
Carflow?
Regard. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna avoid
Australian
saying it, but sure.
individuals.
It's been purely Carflow. And
It's
I
been
guess
purely
TK has
Carflow this
been
entire
tossing around
time.
some ideas too. But regarding an idea for Spirit Fair, what happened with all that? Let's get into it. We have our dear friend and guest Vox on the show today, who is
For
also a
fuck's
part of
sake.
Spirit Fair, as well as Brosy and others.
I was only
Hello.
there for like
I regret
You were
two
there.
everything
episodes.
No, you were there
involving the
on and off
project.
for like a good while. You were there like at some points.
Nah, I literally left like after like two
Oh yeah,
episodes.
you did.
I was like
You just
I
like you didn't
I
even
I was
finish
doing
research.
school.
I remember you being there more.
No, I wasn't like I was there to start,
No,
and
you
then
did.
like when you guys were finishing, I
Hmm.
decided to pop in just to watch
Gotcha. That makes
like
sense.
spectator mode.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I just want
Um,
to go out and say
yeah.
Spirit Fair was an absolute failure from the
I'm
very
back.
well.
And Spirit Fair
Well, it
makes me
wasn't a
true.
failure from the
It
very
truly makes
beginning.
me sad. Okay, because going back, ever since it ended, I've been thinking of it in purely a negative light because of how it ended.
Hmm.
But having gotten so many requests for it from Carflow, I'm like, what the fuck do you see in this? And I've actually gone back and like watched the first few, and like
Big mistake.
honestly, no, it's not that bad. The only issue is that it really wasn't. It was trying to be its own story and cosmos related. We'll get into that in a second. But just
Yep.
playing Minecraft and just hanging out with friends like normal, there's a nice
We also had
simplicity
all
to
the
it. Huh?
there was
Yeah.
also all the fun data pack stuff.
Yeah, the data pack stuff was
Not to
fun.
mention that.
It was
I
much
wasn't a fan of the
simpler.
data packs, but
It was much simpler and it was a nice restart without the worry of like big towns and factions and nations and like this
oh yeah,
political
definitely.
drama. It was just
It
people.
was a good break from it
Just
all.
yeah, it was refreshing. It was a refreshing take because Cosmos is very sci-fi. The Spirit Fair was much more fantasy oriented, and it had that vibe to it. It definitely felt a bit like fantasy. Um, and I'm not gonna say what's better because I fucking love both. That's why I play the Cosmos. I love sci-fi. And I love what we have. It's just this. I can see now that there were things in Spirit Fair that were appealing. And honestly, a return to something like that wouldn't be completely out of the question if it was done right. My only contention about it is that if it has a story at all, which it would, if it has a story at all, I would only do it if Tucker is involved in the story. if he is
Same.
involved in helping plan this out, because he's proven time and time again he's a great storyteller, and if we would like to, we could connect it back to the cosmos.
Okay, I kind of want to comment on that real quick.
Okay.
I just want to say, as one of the major guys behind Spiritfarer, I was not aware that I'm not gonna say his name, but we had another creator. I was not aware that he even approached Tucker, or maybe the other way around, about wanting
Well,
to involve the Cosmos.
well, I'll tell you what it was. It was the other way around. Tucker approached
Yeah.
them about saying, what you have now, it's gonna go to shit. Trust me, it's gonna go to shit. I can help you out. We can relate it to Cosmos in some way if you want, or keep it separate. But I can help out with the story, and I have some ideas. Both of the original creator and the one who took over said no. And in doing so, they didn't have their own plans. They just
And
rejected
I was
Tucker's. Which,
completely
granted,
unaware about
that's
it.
entirely fair. It's their own project. If they want to say no to an outside help, that's entirely up to them. I think it would have massively benefited if Tucker
It
was
would have.
involved. Um, so we said this right before the stream started, but the way I see Spiritfarer is a lot like the show Lost. It had a great build up and great setup and a great beginning. It had this mystery box element. You don't know about the world, but you want to know more. There's stuff to learn about. There's interesting stuff. There's interesting ideas, and it was really cool at first. But the problem is they set up those questions, but behind the scenes they never had answers. They never had answers to these questions, and if they were answers, they were lost when the original creator abandoned the project, which is also a major factor. I mean, no shade to Ghost. Maybe you all have shade.
Yes,
I
certainly.
don't. Well, yeah, Ghost was the creator. I'm not gonna draw away from that, but she left the
Yeah,
project.
fair
But
enough.
in doing so, they didn't have any story ideas. And granted, I need to clarify. I was only a player. I played it. I streamed it. I was not involved with the story in any meaningful way. I experienced the story as it happened during gameplay, but I was not there behind the scenes. But it had the same effect that Lost did. They didn't have the plan for where the story was going to go. They just had the mystery box. And you cannot plot a story like that. You cannot plot a story with a mystery box. You need to have answers to the questions you set up. Otherwise, you're going to spin your wheels, and whatever you have, it's not going to be fulfilling because it's going to be improvised. And improvisation can be fun, but not when you're setting up a story like that.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? And
Um,
Not
I
too
got
many.
yeah,
I got one.
yeah.
That's exactly what J.J. Abrams did with,
Well,
like,
well, yeah.
wasn't
Well,
J.J.
JJ
Didn't
did
J.J.
Lost.
did
He
yeah, he
did
did
Lost, and
Lost
it's the
and
same
Star
thing with the
Wars.
Rise of Skywalker. Yeah,
They did the same thing with the
yeah.
sequels, and
It's
it
proven
shows.
time and time again that it fails because you need to plot things out. You need to have a story. You can't
Unless
just
the story's a one-off.
yeah, unless it's
Guys,
a
I'm a
one-off.
Force Dyad. What the fuck does that mean?
The
Yeah.
Force Dyad's it's an
Palpatine fucked
alright
my
idea.
mom, I guess.
Palpatine
You're actually a
fucked my mom.
Palpatine. That's why I helped
Oh,
you,
dear
but
God,
ended up
Cal.
almost annihilating the fucking Skywalker fucking lineage.
I don't know.
It's
It was
me,
a big
Palpatine,
mess.
and I love lasagna. Hey, Revenge of the Sith line. Let's go.
Hey Cal, how big are you planning on making this?
This is the full size now that the
There's
hills are
some
being put in.
unknown means Palpatine's
Okay.
back. Fuck, really? I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Somehow
I'm
Palpatine has
I'm
returned.
gonna take
I
a
don't
break
know.
from that real quick and just start placing down dead bushes.
Hey Cal, do you,
You
No,
know,
no,
maybe I don't like Star Wars anymore.
I love Star Wars, but I don't care
Rocks.
for the sequels anymore.
No, not yet. That's
Oh.
last. Wait,
So you're willing to admit that 8 is a horrible movie?
please
No, 8 is the best one. Because it actually fucking dared to do something new and different. And the problem
Oh.
is that they bitched out and took the coward's way out by undoing the entire last movie.
Can I give you the counter argument to that argument a lot of people use for 8?
It's not just that
only-
they tried something new. There was actual ideas behind it. It was,
No doubt. I got some respect for episode 8 for actually trying to do something
I loved Luke's
something
character arc.
very cool. I like the idea of his character arc. I hate the execution. It's one thing to make Luke Skywalker, fail, because that's kind of a story thread in Star Wars. But the problem with that is when you take the idea of the legend of Luke Skywalker and the man Luke Skywalker, there's a big difference between making the legend more like the man than just tarnishing the legend and then tarnishing the man.
Well,
Because it was like
well, they didn't tarnish the
it was
legend. The legend literally happened, but it was
well,
about him living up to it in his own ways after the legend was over. And he
right.
tried his best to do so. He tried to bring back the Jedi Order, but in doing so,
However,
he still failed. And that's what set him on his darkest day.
There's one flaw that kind of makes that argument not work. And granted, he is the son of Vader, so we all know Vader's a kid killer. We knew that. We knew Vader.
Okay, if you're about to say what I think you are, I'm gonna have a field day.
I can't think. It's just trying to execute the character at that point. Just like get Luke to try to kill Ben.
He
even,
didn't.
like,
All right, here we go. We're getting into it. He
over
said
a
the
bad
line.
dream.
He said the line. That's not
Over
what
a
fuck.
bad dream.
That's not what
That's
happened.
what happened.
Jesus
He
Christ.
sensed
There
darkness
are
within him, and then
there
it was
are
like,
there are
and then
three.
instinct kicked in.
No. Shut up. Shut your face. There are
That's a
three
lie.
versions of that scene. Three versions. One from Kylo, where everyone uses that scene when he says, "I woke up and he tried to kill me," and everyone takes that is the truth. That's not the truth. That's just his POV. We see Luke's
That's not what I was
original.
talking about.
That's Luke's original version where he said, "Oh, he felt the darkness and he got up early." No, that's not what happened either. The third one is the truth, or at least very close to it, where in a moment of hesitation, he didn't try to kill Kylo or Ben at all. He ignited his lightsaber in fear, just a reflex. He turned it on in his hand as he got scared, legitimately scared, and in that, Kylo saw it as the ultimate betrayal and became Kylo.
I see.
So he didn't try to kill him. He didn't even get in anger or hatred or whatever. He literally just succumbed to fear for a second and ignited his saber in defense of the mass of emotion that he felt.
Fair. However, I'm still iffy about the way they. I'll give you that. I might have been wrong about that. However, I just still am iffy about how they made Luke completely lose hope, because even when he lost, like in the original trilogy, he still never gave up hope. Like that's
You also
motherfucker. He's the new hope.
You also have to consider though, it's pretty different from Obi-Wan and Yoda because they had someone left who was a hope for them, so they could latch onto that.
That's true.
Luke
That's true.
didn't. Kylo was the new hope. Or sorry, I'm gonna keep saying Kylo because that's how I know him. I know he's Ben. I know there's a distinction, but I'm gonna keep calling him.
Solo.
I'm gonna keep calling him Kylo because that's how I like to call him.
And
I will say this. For me saying this, it's bad. It is bad that I keep calling him Kylo because there is a very serious distinction between the two. Not in terms of a split personality, but quite literally, they are emotionally two different characters. They are two different
Like
states
Vader
of
and
emotion. Yes, but a lot of people try to confuse that for multiple personalities. That's not the case. It is the same thought process and personality all the way through. It is a reflection of the emotional state of the character.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Kylo was the new hope. He was this generation's new hope, and Luke failed him, and he turned to the dark side and killed all of his students. It was very similar to what Obi-Wan went through, except he had nothing left. Obi-Wan at least had Luke and Leia. And not only
Fair.
that, but I think it's more so the fact that not only is everyone dead, but he repeated the sins of the past exactly the way they were before. Things failed the exact same way, and I think he couldn't take it. So he figured the Jedi.
Question.
Yeah.
I know this has nothing to do with 8 or whatever, but I'm just asking this as someone who has not watched the films. Okay.
That's it. We are
I've
forcing
I've
Ashley
heard
to
I've
watch
heard
the films.
I've heard I've heard that the character Ray, I think that's her name,
Mm-hmm.
Ray, right?
Yeah,
Is she related to Mr. Palpatine?
yeah.
Well,
They
yeah,
they
she's the
shoehorned that in
sh
episode
Then
9.
that's
yeah, that was terrible.
okay. You know what?
She's
That's
the
kind of an okay.
the
That's
idea is cool, but she's the daughter of a clone that went rogue, which makes no sense. Why would Palpatine even let a clone of him get out from?
Can I tell you a way they could have
that
made her
sounds
a
like an
descendant of
ebony
Palpatine?
darkness dementia raven way kind of thing.
Yeah,
The
how?
hell?
Okay, I'll tell you the exact way they could have done it. Okay,
I'm
now
calling it
everybody,
ebony then.
everybody,
She is now
everybody,
ebony
everybody,
darkness dementia raven way.
everybody, listen closely. This is a really hard lesson that some people, JJ, need to learn. If you make a plan and you execute it, it goes well. So, like, if it was established early on that Ray had dark heritage or some bullshit, like they hinted at, like, and they actually committed to the bit instead of just like, ooh, maybe she's got some powerful heritage. Like, if they committed to either, fuck, she's a Palpatine, she's a nobody, or I
I
don't
would
know,
have
she's
loved
a
if she was a
Jenkins.
nobody.
Like, they should have just kept her. I mean, the original script for episode 9 kept her a nobody.
Well, actually,
And she,
there was no original one idea because during filming, they still weren't sure if she was going to be a Kenobi, a Skywalker, or a Palpatine.
I was talking about the original episode 9, which was Colin Trevorrow, like,
Oh,
with Ray. Like, so before he was fired, the guy who directed Jurassic World was going to be directing episode 9, and it was literally a continuation of episode 8. Like, it was like 6 months later, Ray repaired the lightsaber by making it into a lightsaber staff.
that's superfluous, but it's a cool idea, but that's superfluous to the story.
Ooh, are you talking about Duel of the Fates?
Yeah, it
Duel of
would.
the Fates.
It had. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. If they called it Duel of the Fates, I think that would have been a worse title than Rise of Skywalker.
It would have been. That would have been real fucking stupid. They named
Why
it
is it
after a
Rise of Skywalker when she's a Palpatine? That makes no sense.
because it's
That's
it's about because at the last fucking 5 minutes of the movie they toss in the idea of adopted family. So
yeah.
she rejects her
All
family
these
and
nuts.
becomes a Skywalker by honor, whatever.
You know what I thought was a really good fan theory that I thought was gonna come true?
Kenobi.
They're not gonna. No. They're not gonna call them Jedi anymore. They'll call them Skywalkers
Oh,
in memory. And I was like, okay, I could see that working because before the movie came out, we all thought she's a nobody, right?
No.
But no. Anyways, funny.
That's lame.
It was
As
also-
someone who hasn't
also-
even watched the film. that
also
sounds
the
so
rise
lame.
of Skywalker was about Ben Solo rising from the dark side to rejoin the light. But
It's,
then
it's
But then
Ben Solo's getting
the
it
moment
coming.
from the moment that he turns back to the light side, I want you to watch this movie again and listen to me when I tell you this. He has 0 lines of dialogue until he dies.
Oh,
From the moment he turns good, he just grunts and fights. He does not have a single line of dialogue.
God.
Wait, doesn't? No, fuck, you're right.
Yeah,
That's actually
that's
lame.
dumb.
That's so great.
this
That's
movie.
hilarious.
It's Episode 9 is my least favorite Star Wars film because it is so creatively bankrupt and so full of bad ideas, or even if it's a good idea, it's executed so poorly that we'll never see the idea tried again. I hate everything about it. Everyone hates Episode 8. I love Episode 8 for what it tried to do and what it did with some of my favorite characters. I fucking despise Episode 9.
I can respect your opinion about episode 8 with Luke. I just have one question.
Yeah?
What do you think of the Holdo maneuver?
I
Of
think
the what?
I think it's fine, and I think for the most part it makes sense because first of all, if you did that with the Death Star, it wouldn't have worked because massive shielding. Second of all, I know how real physics work. If you jump to fucking light speed, whatever, with a grain of sand, you could destroy the Earth. But in Star Wars, it's been proven that like you got to remember the ship that she rammed into was a pretty big, like it was pretty big, but
Yeah.
it was pretty thin. it was about
Yeah.
the same size as her ship. So it's a capital ship hitting a capital ship. It's
Yeah.
it's very different from like an X-wing being thrown at the Death Star. Like
I agree.
it wouldn't work. It worked in that scenario, and it took out the other fleets because it sent chunks into them, which is actually what happens in the High Republic era. That is the inciting incident for the High Republic stories with the Great Calamity or whatever the fuck they want to call it. It was actually really
Yeah.
cool. It was like this. You all should go read the book. It's actually pretty good.
Is it
Um,
good?
I liked it. I
Zan,
liked it.
because you know more about Star Wars than I do.
Yeah.
Because I like science. I do science. It's what I study, right? So I
Yeah.
know physics. Why the fuck? Okay, they have faster than light travel. Yes.
Yep.
Why do they need to make a big fucking star when you can just chunk a fucking X-wing at something at light speed and blow up a planet?
Well, that's what we're talking about. So, first of all, they actually don't jump to light speed. They say they do that, but what they're really
They go
doing is
sublight,
jumping into
right?
hyperspace, and hyperspace is a literal physical other dimension.
Oh, it's like some fucking nether block shit. It's like, oh yeah, if you travel like
Yeah,
one block of
it
nether,
is.
8 blocks
That's
there.
that's why when you see in Rogue One when they jump to light speed as Vader's cruiser shows up. Spoilers for that movie, by the way, for the end of it. As they jump to light speed, you don't see holes in the Star Destroyer from running into the other ships that just went there, but you see the ships that were about to jump crash into the thing because they went to a physical other dimension. It's just when you see them jump and like go off into the background in warp speed shots or whatever hyperspace shots, that is the literal physical jump they make into the other dimension.
I
Yeah.
think they would have the technology to be able to at least move at faster than light travel, considering like
No,
one of the
it's
theoretical
they're
methods.
they're manipulating faster than light. There is no faster than light truly in Star Wars or Star Trek actually for that matter.
Oh, that's dumb.
Well, no, okay, in Star Trek it's really cool. But in Star Wars it's just space magic. Fucking it's a series about space wizards. Get over it.
No. I
Fucking
refuse.
cope and seethe.
No.
Cope
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
seethe.
It's I don't know. You
You
say you
know,
like so you said you like what they did with the characters in 8. Uh, I don't know if I agree. Like a lot of characters kind of had their whole arcs screwed over.
I didn't like
Finn.
Finn was the
Yeah.
greatest character from episode 7 and they fucking wasted him more and more to the point where he
Yeah.
was not a character in episode 9. He just wasn't.
Just screams Ray. He's Ray.mp3.
Yeah. Ah, God.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite jokes.
The
I've
worst
made
part
about
the
episode
worst part is
8 and 9.
during an interview, I mean it was very clear that he loved Ray. He was going to say, "Ray, I love you," and then they got sunk into the sand and survived. Whatever, that's kind of cute. He doesn't want to say it now that they're alive, but whatever. Uh,
I
but
let it rest.
JJ the Hack Abrams proceeds to go on in an interview asking about it. Fucking cowards out and says, no, no, no. He was gonna say that he's force
He was a
sensitive. That's what it is. I love the idea of Finn being force sensitive. That is not a fucking final death confession. That's
I'm
not.
more sensitive.
Yeah, that's not a death confession. He was gonna say, "I
Pretty
love
sure
you."
That's a death confession, Zan. Yeah, I don't think you know what a death confession
JJ
even
Abrams is a fucking hack.
That's when Zan goes, "I've killed 7 people. I should know."
How did you know? Who told you?
I'm one of the 7.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally looking at you with the
Remember
gun
my
to your
slaughter.
head, so. I am the man
Yeah.
behind. I am the purple man. If you didn't know
It
this,
makes sense.
actually,
Wait.
I'm not
Yeah,
purple,
makes
so.
sense.
Zan.
Yeah.
Rhymes with
Man.
purple.
The Zan
Do
behind
do
the
do
slaughter.
do do.
You're the man behind the slaughter.
Oh
That's right. I
God.
was right all along. Zan, bad guy.
I don't know. You know, I'll just never forgive 8 for how they did Admiral Akbar dirty.
I mean, here's the fucking thing about Akbar. Yeah, we love him, but don't fucking pretend like he was a character. Don't
Okay,
pretend
but here's
My
the
Clone Wars.
he was a fucking action figure. Come on.
Alright,
He was in the movies, and he was just a general. He was just
Alright.
some admiral. He wasn't a character.
Okay, but what? I don't even remember the name of the character because I literally don't care. But pink-haired lady was an admiral too.
Holdo.
Why is she in charge?
Holdo?
Yeah,
Well,
why is
she-
she in charge?
because she's
It's
been
like,
friends.
I'm the
This is-
admiral, I'm in charge now.
Because she's been
Because-
friends with Leia for years in the lore. Also,
No,
like,
because they hired Laura Dern.
yeah, because
They're gonna
because the
use her.
because the script
Well,
said
fuck
so.
up.
Because the script said so.
See, it's a fan favorite character though. Like, I don't care if he doesn't have any development. Everyone loves Admiral Akbar. He gets referenced in so much other pop
You know what,
culture.
Val?
It's a
I'm gonna
trap.
let you do the house building.
I was actually gonna ask Brosi really fast. Brosi, would you mind getting your admin account on to help for a second?
I just finished one. Yay.
Oh, good
Yeah.
job.
There's no way I
Don't-
can copy this.
Don't worry about the little barrels and stuff on the outside. Astra, you just did our job for us. Because we needed a blank one. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Here, we
Okay.
need
a blank one.
Yeah, no, it is on the outside. Look, and now we just need to add the carpet, and then it'll be perfect.
Guys, is like Star Trek and Star Wars like basically the same thing?
Yes.
It's entirely possible that they take place in the same universe because they're literally at two different time periods in two different galaxies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or well, so have you seen the argument that because the line in a galaxy far, far, far away, a long time ago, it's technically all part of the same universe as ours, and that
Yep.
the humans in Star Wars are distant relatives of us, and it's
Or
like,
they're just an artistic interpretation of the species that we follow because we want to associate with them.
that's the counter argument to that theory. I was hoping.
Sorry,
He's not.
I don't think you need to build the houses, Astra.
Yeah, we're probably gonna copy
help
paste.
out.
Yeah,
No, you're good. You're still getting paid. Don't worry.
Ladies and
don't feel like
gentlemen,
building.
Schmeckles.
ladies and gentlemen, we
I
got
don't
him.
feel like building
We got
it,
him.
period.
Homework is submitted, and it is now gonna be time for Cosmos. So let me get this
What grade
game
did you get,
fucking
Sam?
up
What
and running.
grade- What grade are you at?
I don't know. It has to be manually graded. It was-
Sam,
Oh,
you
Yeah,
wanna
I
help-
was,
you wanna
I
help
was
with
gonna
the lore build?
say,
Yes.
the only story that I know does not take place in a galaxy far, far away. It takes place in the grim darkness of the far.
Oh God. Oh
Oh,
God.
But yeah,
You reminded me. You reminded me. There is a story that connects Star Wars with Earth, and it wasn't
The Indiana
canon.
Jones one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that one.
I'm gonna
I hate it and I love it.
I'm gonna
I
quickly
love-
recount it. I'm gonna quickly recount that story for the audience. So basically, this takes place after Return of the Jedi. Han and Chewie are on some mission, and something happens where, they have to make an emergency jump to hyperspace, and they don't have the coordinates, so they just jump, and something goes even further wrong. I forgot what it was. Long story short, they end up on a very, very blue planet with nice luscious ground and foliage, and they go out, and it turns out to be Earth in the distant,
You showed me that.
in the distant.
blank
Yes, I
planet.
did. In the distant past. So the Millennium Falcon has crashed. By the way, mind you, it is crashed. It is broken. It is not fixable. Not on Earth. Not in this time period. So Chewbacca and Han Solo go outside to see what's going on, and freaked the fuck out by the crashing spaceship. The indigenous people of the area
Native Americans.
fucking. Oh yeah, that's Native Americans,
Yeah,
I guess.
They
I-
landed
I-
in the Pacific Northwest.
I don't remember where they landed, but it makes sense for Indiana Jones. Unfortunately, they kill Han Solo. And oh yeah, Pacific Northwest. It does make sense because of what happens in a second. They kill Han Solo. He dies. He goes back to the ship. He dies in the ship, and then Chewie is stuck there for all time or however long he lives. So
So what, is
like
Chewie Bigfoot?
100 years later, Dr. Indiana Jones, who looks suspiciously like Han Solo, finds the crashed Falcon and reveals that he's been hunting Bigfoot, who has been seen in the local regions. Not even heavily implied, it just is Chewbacca. Bigfoot is Chewbacca.
That's what I just asked.
Yeah. I was just answering it for everyone.
Oh.
Yeah. Bigfoot is Chewbacca in the saddest timeline.
Do you
Question.
want to know? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you can go ahead. Mine is dumb.
Do Do you want to know one of the funny reasons why that comic was made?
Why?
Besides a tie-in for Lucasfilm to make a comic with both Indy and, Han and Chewie,
Isn't Indy
but
in
it's
it for
also,
like? Isn't he only in it
he-
for like 2 or 3 panels?
yeah, he's not in it for long because it's mostly a Star Wars comic.
Yeah.
But one of the interesting reasons, it's kind of an inside joke because during the filming of Return of the Jedi, when they were filming in the Redwood Forest, they had to have 2 people constantly next to and around Chewie, wearing bright orange vests, because hunters would have mistaken him for the legendary Bigfoot. And I love that fact because it nearly happened. And Peter Mayhew was confused for Bigfoot while he was walking by to like his cue spot, and one of the cast members thought, "Holy shit, it's a Bigfoot!" And the nails, the gears started turning, and George was like, "Oh fuck!" And they had to have people basically watch over Chewie because Chewie was, he's so big and tall, he's so, much looking like a Wookiee,
Yeah.
I just think that's a really funny. One second, Rosie, I'm gonna add 2 more huts. I think that's one of my favorite Star Wars fun facts, because it's like so very, very stupid, but also really funny.
That's great.
Yes, we found the biggest footage. No, it's just a Chewbacca costume. Can we keep it?
They're
Maybe we can
actually,
get a Ignato donor.
What?
I mean, he can buy it.
Buy donor. Get
How
Um,
much is it?
It's
$10.
$10
Where can I spend my currency at?
at the website.
Cosmosmega.net.
Why should I be donor anyways?
TV.com.
Because
get Donut
donors
World
are
Plus.
really cool.
It's 10 bucks.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna
Explain it.
end the just chatting stream. It was a nice 32, 33 minute little short stream. We're actually gonna jump over to actual Cosmos proper, and I want to retitle the stream and everything. So we're just gonna do that. We'll have
Building a Tuscan village.
we'll have 2 mini stream, or we'll have a mini stream and then we'll have actual Cosmos stream. So I'll see you in a second.
mini stream and then